what's going on? It's James from Dadlord 343. Today we're going to be looking at one of my rifles, which is the Palmetto State Anderson Manufacturing Hodgepodge M16 A4 slash A3 ish. Let's get into it. So pretty much, like I said, this is a little hodgepodge M16 type looking rifle that I have going on. Magazine's empty, bolt is clear, bolt is locked to the rear, just FYI for everyone. So basically starting from butt to tip, we've got your standard M16 link stock back here. You can store little goodies and items in this little stock, which is pretty cool. Then going forward, you've got your standard AR-15 M16 pistol grip right here. We've got a carry handle on here for the drip right there. We've got a standard aluminum magazine in there just because that's looks awesome. That's what it kind of goes with. We've got the ribbed handguard right here, kind of giving it the M16A3 kind of look is why I say that, because there's no A4 rail on there. We've got a really thick 5.56 native barrel on here, your front triangle sight. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. It's a just updated M16 pattern. It's not an A2 or a A1, obviously. We've got a BCM bolt carrier group in here. Speaking of the brands, the upper is a Palmetto State Armory M16 upper. The lower is an Anderson manufacturing lower that actually one of my buddies sold to me. He was using this on one of his 7.62x39 pig gun builds. And then he did something with that. I forgot. I think he sold the upper, so he didn't need this lower anymore, so he sold it to me. I bought this upper on sale on PSA. I had the bolt carrier group laying around, the BCM bolt carrier group. Charging handle, I think I had it laying around, or I bought it for like $10 at the local gun shop. I had this carry handle already laying around too. I just love that carry handle look on there. Yeah, basically I decided to get this. I know that everybody rants and raves about 20-inch barrels. Like literally, if you shoot a Wolf 55 grain through a 20-inch barrel, it's going to evaporate the person and destroy their entire bloodline. So, yeah, obviously I had to get something with a 20-inch barrel. But in all seriousness, one of my buddies, I think he had a Bear Creek Arsenal cheap M16 build. I tried to buy it from him at one point. He wouldn't sell it to me, so I ended up getting this upper, and then eventually one of my buddies sold me this lower. I kind of ran this M16 as a Canada like C7 type looking gun. I ran it like that, and then eventually I got this lower to make it more of an M16 A4 A3 type looking build. But yeah, this is just my little cheap 20-inch barrel M16 musket. We got the cheap primary arm sling on there. Yeah, pretty much standard spec. Everything, nothing really fancy about it, but it gets the job done. It's super soft and light shooting, light recoiling. Actually, the other day at the range, my brother was shooting this and he shot a couple rounds and he stopped and he was like, "Hey James, I think it's messed up. It feels super springy. And I shot a couple rounds through. It was just super flat shooting, but you can feel that spring traveling back and in the receiver and the stock. So that's just part of the reason why it feels so springy. But I mean, it's just super flat. I was like, "No, man, it's fine." I was like, "That's how it's supposed to feel." Um, yeah, overall, I mean, I think it's a pretty decent weapon. Would I trust my life to it? Probably not. But I do think it's a fun kind of thing to do on the range. I don't have a lot of long range shooting with this. It's a 1 in 7 twist. I'm sure it would hold up well. It's really thick barrel. It's not Cold Hammer Forge chrome line, but I'm sure it would hold up just fine. Maybe not if you use this as like an auto rifle or something, probably would melt the barrel. But besides that, yeah, but it's a good little gun. If you're thinking about picking up a cheap M16, I definitely would recommend that. I do not think I've had a failure with this yet. That's probably because I have a nice bolt carrier in there. The BCM bolt carrier group probably helps with that. But yeah, this thing, I have not shot a ton of rounds through it so far, so I can't tell you, oh, is it the best ever? Probably not, but a cheap little fun gun to utilize, yeah, you really can't go wrong. So I do enjoy my little cheap hodgepodge M16 A4 type looking rifle or A3, whatever it may be. But yeah, if you've got any questions about it, just throw them down in the comments. And I really appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. God bless.